Welcome back to Terminus, and welcome back to the DLC, The Last Escape. We're not having a great run at the moment. Now, we did find out that we did do something wrong where we could have just immediately jumped up to Terminus and started doing the next zone. That was bad on my part. I didn't realise that was an option. But this run, we managed to go all the way up to here, and we've had to do a lot of backtracking. We managed to find a good quest at the fortified house, and then we come across a clothing store to be able to trade for fuel. So we have currently got a gas can with 5 fuel on us. We know there's a car sitting here, what needs fixing. We still haven't got a spanner. That car has 0.5 fuel in there. With the 5 fuel we've got on us, we can go 4 tiles, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would allow us to get to a restaurant so we get more food and water. So at the moment, our food and water has been struggling. That's why I'm having to do a lot of backtracking. Library for books is always good. We know there's a grocery store, another grocery store on our way, and a park. So we've got a good run up here. We've got to cross the railroad. That's why we want to get the car fixed, really. If we can't, we'll run on the railroad and run across. Now, we haven't got pliers, unfortunately, so we can't cut the fences. Or now you can repair fences as well with pliers. We haven't got those, so getting across the railroad would be a risky endeavour. But it's not something I'm not against doing. We do have a couple of unidentified places, but again, I do want to keep moving north. I can't believe we're on episode 3, or is this episode 4 now? I think it is. And we're still in the bottom corner. Normally, by this point, I'm sort of towards the top of the map. But we've had some really terrible luck. Some of it has been on my part, where I've been taking food that's give us diseases, and then I've not been collecting the right option, or we've been disturbed in the diseases not being cleared, and then we're having to sleep a lot longer. We nearly lost everybody in episode 2, but we managed to come over that park. We do have a park also up here. If we're desperate for water, we can detour up to that way if we want to. So yeah, let's continue on. So we just got to this house tile, and our characters have just both meet up, because Barry went up to the fortified house, and then we sent Sandy down to the grocery store to loot that, and now they're meeted up again. I feel a little more confident. We do have a fight over here. We just need to pass the turn, and we'll fight him on the next turn. Who's got the better... Well, Barry's the one who's got the most attack on. He's only 2.1 yet, so I think Barry can take you out in one where he would be 2 hits with Sandy, because Barry has got the skill. He managed to pick up for edge strike, so he's doing 25% more damage to all edge we're hitting, and that's all I tend to do unless I'm doing a themed run. Barry, come over here, and then after you take out the zombie, you can loot. So yeah, 1.9 to 2.3. There's a chance of it not killing him, but probably only like a 25% chance of failing. We don't need to pick up the cloth. We've got about 10 cloth on us at the moment. That's enough. Sailing manual we'll pick up, because that could be a trading item. There it is. We've got the recipe for the repair kit, and we have got all the parts for the repair kit on Sandy. So that means the good weapon that Barry's got, the steel pipe, I'm more willing to use that a lot more. If I can build that repair kit, it will give me 6 charges, and because Sandy is a student with Dex 5, we're going to get the best use out of that repair kit. Now, I would like the recipe for the advanced one. It's a lot better. You would only need 3 tapes and 3 glue to do that, but that's not a recipe we've got. But now we've got the repair kit, it does change our options. So Sandy, I think what I'm going to do is get you to take that book. Just in case we split up the characters. We do know all the parks, so that needs to go onto the floor. We can still learn out what the libraries are and stuff like that, so let's get that dealt with. Don't need to be carrying weight we don't need. Both characters are about 1.2, so that's pretty good for me. Got an umbrella. I think I can break that down to scrap steel, so we will collect it. I'm just going to send Sandy up. Okay, so there is a zombie there, so I want to go to this tile here. How bad is he? 6.6. I think that's a Barry job. And he does have a lot of movement, so it's not something I can just run around. So Barry can do up to 2.3. So if I can get a couple of these hits doing 2.1 or 2.2, then we could probably take him out in 3. If not, it's going to be 4. No, we've rolled low. Still a chance of taking it out, but it's a very low chance now. So it would be 2 more attacks. And Barry, okay, you got a crit on the last, so that's very nice. So you've used all your AP, so that's fine. Sandy just conserts these couple of items here. A novel. Brilliant. You needed another novel because your novel was about done. We need to trade that novel over to Barry, and then Barry can use that. Sweater and some more gloves. Always good. So that means I don't have to repair them gloves up anymore. We could just let them break. Unfortunately, I would have preferred crafting gloves. It would have sped up the crafting times it does to make stuff. And we can't do anything else this turn, so let's pass the turn. Now, Sandy's got a couple of pairs of gloves, so we're going to send Sandy up to do this. And then we'll just let these break. These are only good for temperature, so they're the least useful gloves in the game. And that broke the gloves. It gives us a 2 energy drug. Now, at the moment, we are sleeping quite often, so that's not a big issue. There is a decayed up there, but it can only move 1 tile, so, again, not a big problem for us. Sling bags could be useful, because at the moment, have you got anything unbagged? You do have a little bit unbagged. Oh, actually, we did get a tote bag on you. I think I'm going to put the sling bag on you for the moment. We won't equip the tote bag unless we need it. So it's actually favoured the sling bag, so all the weight has gone into the sling bag because it's got a better reduction at 45%, where the bag's only got a 40%. So it uses that as a favourable one. And that one's only a 35% reduction. So we've got another 10 weight that can be bagged up before I'll put another bag strap on you. We're keeping around the 1.2, so that's fine. And Sandy, I am going to get you, because we've looted everything in here. We'll get you to open the door. There is fighting in there that's going to happen, so we'll send Barry forward to do that fighting. If we go onto that square, we could pick up the wood. We could actually have avoided this guy if I'd have realised his movement was only 1. Do want to check up here, make sure there isn't another car. But while I'm here, we might as well pick up the wood. We've got up to 5 now. We can just use them as weapons as well if we need to. Which I think I might just do on this turn. And then we'll flip back to the spear. Don't need to collect up the rags, and we'll just go and loot this. It's a refrigerator, so there's a chance of food. A rotten trout. Now, the weight of that trout is actually quite good, and that's going to come into effect. So if I wanted to make, say, fish bait, we know we're going towards a park, that you'll get 0.2 weight, you will get a bait, basically. So I could put a shrimp in there, and now I can get 11 out of it. And I think I will set up that recipe, because the bait, when I craft it, will go down to 1.1, where the weight of these two would be 2.2. So it halves the weight. And we're not going to find anywhere to cook now on this tile in the next 3 turns, and that's going to become rotten. So I'll set up that recipe. It is a recipe we will be passing over to Sandy to do, because they'll do it a lot faster. So Barry can't do anything else, and Sandy can't do anything. Let's pass the turn. So we haven't found lucky with finding a tool of any kind. Now, we visited all these round here. That's where the car is. We could come down to this house, but we've already visited it recently. We could come to this. I'm not against it. Which would be the unidentified place down this corner. So let's just check with the characters how much. 9.4 to get there. And 9 to zone. So you could get through on the next turn. We would just have to use a couple of AP just so you don't waste it. Now we've got some of these. We'll start putting it in the repair kit. Barry, how long would it take you? 10.2 to get there. 9 to zone, so 19. You could do it. But because you can go up to 25 AP, I don't need to spend anything on you. It's past the turn. So as long as there's no zombies on that tile, we should be able to zone on the next turn. Now, I think I'm going to be coming down for this window and coming round this way. Is there a faster route? Possibly if I open up that window. Barry has a little bit extra, so I am going to send Barry over to open up the window. 7 point... Yeah, that's fine. We just need to get looting opportunities. I am absolutely fantastically happy about us going this route. That's just give us a lot of food and water. Let's try and see if we can get Sandy there. 8.2, 17.2 to zone. Yep, you can get through as well. Now, nobody's really got any AP to do anything this turn, so let's pass it. Only 3 hours to sunset. So yeah, we've only got the energy drink there. It can give us hydration, but it's better saving that for an AP item. And what's Barry got? Especially hydration-wise, nothing. So we're still in this situation where we're right on the brink of dying all the time. We need to run through the grocery store in the morning into the railroad. I can't put it off anymore. Now, we can get over the fences. It will take 11 AP to get over a fence, where cutting a fence would mean only 2 AP. Now, Barry is the better of the workers, weapon-wise, but I don't think he's got the best tools. I think Sandy's still got the best tools. Yeah, like the bat and the lumber. So, Sandy, in this case, I'm going to move you over 1 just so you can do some trading. We want to keep you with tools. Ah, that's where the bone... I thought we picked up a bone needle. Yeah, you don't need it. It has to be on here because this is where we're going to repair the clothes. Umbrella can be broke down. We'll pass that over. We'll keep 1 spear at 100% on Sandy. And then we'll put all the weapons on Barry. And we'll get Sandy to do all the harvesting. Just because Barry's the better fighter. 5 carrots there. That's 15 satiety straight off. And we can also use these for satiety as well. Potatoes, like I said, we can make some good recipes with these. You can only move 1 tile, so we're going to have to waste a little bit of AP here, but I do want to get some food transferred across, just so we're not taking damage. So, Sandy is going to be making the fishing bait, so you have that. And what have we got? We've got 10 carrots. Hit 5 each. And I think I'm going to put the energy drink on Barry, because Barry is the main character. If Barry dies, the run's over. And I think I want to craft up another spear on Sandy tonight. So I think I'm going to put 2 planks across. Okay, it's took you up over 1.3 now, but I can live with that. You've got 12 unbagged. So this bag that's not being used, you might as well have, Barry. Let's see if we can do something with your AP. So at the moment, you're 1.17. You've actually gone up in move cost because it's the encumbrance more than anything else that's affecting it. So now you've got less things unbagged, but it's actually costing you more move AP because of the encumbrance on items. So it is a little difficult sometimes to work out if it's worth putting a bag on or not. Okay, so Barry, you have got a little bit of AP, so you can actually do something. Let's get some visibility in the building. The window's broke, so we can get through quite easy. There's something here, so let's just move there. And we can't hear any zombies near us. We don't need to be taking everything, but we did know how useful that was when we found a trading house. 5.6, I'm happy for both people. Then to just do... Actually, before we take the damage, start eating some of them carrots. Give yourself some hydration. Yeah, we want the one with hydration more than anything, because that's where we're taking the damage at the moment. So, satiety's pretty good, and we've got a bit for the following day as well. We will start taking HP damage in the morning, but there's nothing we can do about that until we can get to the park. And we might as well do Barry's food as well. Now, Barry again needs hydration, so we'll just take the carrots. Gives us a little bit of morale perk until the night when we sleep, and we can get that back. And all these bottles are empty. If we desperately wanted to, we could make Molotovs with the fuel down here, if we get into that situation, but I don't think we've got to resort to that at the moment. We do have a little bit of water again. We could take the 5 water. It's not worth it. If it was a full bottle of 20 and we was taking our hydration from 0 up to 20, then it's going to be worth doing it for the disease. I just need to be careful because it has nearly cost us the run doing that. So let's pass the turn. Now we've got 2 hours. Let's get Barry to keep looting stuff down here. Now, another school bag we don't need. Yes, I know, I'm turning loot down. Now, we could take it because it's a better condition, but it's quite easy to repair these up. It doesn't take much for us to repair it. And we don't need the cloth, so yeah, I'm happy to just leave that. And we're not going to be picking up any characters unless we get to the other side of Terminus, and if there's any new characters to recruit up there, then we'll probably take some more. But until we get to Terminus, we're not taking anybody else. We're struggling to keep 2 people fed and watered at the moment. We'll move you to there just to get visibility outside, make sure there's no more cars and stuff here. Now, Barry's in a good position. Where's Sandy? Sandy could get there for 6.4. You don't have a lot of AP, to be quite honest, Sandy. Why is that? Okay, I think you just used too much on the last turn. Let's go south. So what have we got there? Makeshift siphon pump. Now, if we want to put fuel out of a car, that's very useful. So I think I am going to divert there. And we've got... Oh, we had a quest at the trading house. I'm not going back now. But a fire extinguisher they asked for 4. That would have got us another 5 fuel. Now, if we was to find a spanner here and repair the car, an extra 5 fuel would be able to get us another 3 tiles. Instead of 4, we're going to be able to go 7. It's worth thinking about. But until we find a spanner, I won't go that route. So I'm trying to look for somewhere where it's not damaged. That's broken. That's not. That's broken. That's not. I think probably standing in this corridor is our best. So in that case, Barry, cover up that window. And Sandy, I don't think anybody else is going to lose AP, so we'll just pass a turn. I might get Sandy just to run around its bottom part. It's not a makeshift fire starter, so it's a way of us starting a fire. So I am going to pick that up. 40% chance of starting a fire. Now, we haven't really got a lot. We've got some potatoes. We could make the potatoes. We've got no corn, so we can't do corn chowder. But we haven't still got a pot and a pan, so we can't really cook anything up at the moment. So if we was to look on Barry under the cooking menu, that's a crafting menu. Where's the cooking one? Okay. You can do a salad if you would have had lettuce, but we've got no lettuce, so that's no use. But that fire starter could be useful if we can get to the park, because we can get all the bottles that Barry's carrying, which is 5 there. That's going to be 100 units of water. Plus the stuff we could fit in these bottles. That'll be like 5 days water. Or 2.5 for the 2 people we've got. And we want to search these, so let's continue on with Sandy. It's fairly safe around here. Rotten meat could be used to make more bait. Because we are going to a park, and again, that's a good way of getting our food and water both sorted with that bait. Hydration, satiety. We could take that, but it would overcap our morale, so we don't need to take it. Refrigerator. You've got enough to get there, but not check it. And how's Barry doing? 19.1. I still think this is our best option for tonight to stay. And closing the window. We could actually fix it. I keep forgetting. We've got the ability to fix windows now. So if we're going to fix something, maybe this room's the better one to stop in. Have we got any bonuses here? Not in these rooms. Maybe that has a reading bonus. Okay, Barry. Let's come into here. Now, fire extinguishers can be very good weapons as well, compared to what we've got at the moment. There's 2 items to check up here, so I'm sending Barry up north. Yeah, we've got a reading speed. Oh, forgot to close the door. Yeah, we'll stop in this room. We'll repair that door. So Sandy can go and repair it because they've got the hammer. Yeah, you've got the stone hammer. We haven't used it yet, so yeah, that's a good use. Barry, you can go and search the stuff at the top. Because Sandy has a lot of stuff to do with crafting. Beer, that's going to help you out with your hydration. It's also going to help you out with your morale. And some more gloves is never a bad thing, so yep, I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to get you to take the beer. Give you a good perk to your morale. And we don't need to take anything else tonight. We could just eat the carrot seeds. We're not going to be planting them. Let's just eat them. And let's go and search the other one. A lot of clothing. We'll take them for the moment. We might come across another trading house. So let's put you in the centre of the room down here. It's the safest being away from doors and windows. Actually, no, because I said I wanted the fire extinguisher. It only has one hit. We could repair it. It's not the best weapon in the world for repairing. I'd rather keep my kits for something better. And no AP on Sandy. But that's fine, because the next turn, Sandy has got some planks. And we want to repair that. So we've got 20 on that door, 3 on there. We have got a lot of planks on us. So I'm more than happy to spend just to put 23 on there. That door's got 7 on. I'm not going to do another door. But because we're going into night cycle, let's both our characters get next to each other. It's easier to trade things and use things between characters then. Okay, so what are we going to be doing? Let's deal with Barry first. Now, we haven't got to worry about disease on this night, so we can just sleep as normal. Barry's still pretty good on energy at the moment. We could break down a lot of this clothing. But as we saw, if we can come across a trade now, so that's a lot of good trading we could do there. What do I want you to do? We're not going to learn any bolt handling books. We could learn out where the rest of the libraries are. We could get you to finish your Dex 1 finally because you had that open for such a long time, and then I could trade it away. We already know where our next library is going to be. No, let's just do the library. So that's 3 libraries, and we know all the libraries now, so we can dump that off. Let's have a look on the map where they are. So we knew about this library here because that's on our route. A library at the top, so we know Terminus can't be here. So Terminus could be there, there, or there. But like I said, with my luck, whichever side I choose, Terminus is always the opposite side. So my guess is Terminus is there. We know this railroad's coming up towards here. We don't know where the railroad on this side's coming up. We know it can't really come this side. It could come up this side or around here. And it could come up to here. But again, it could just go straight north and then this railroad could come weaving through. So I still think Terminus is over there. I've not got lucky with the way I've chose on probably the last 3 or 4 runs I've done on the channel. So library up there, a second library up the top here. So that's why we know Terminus can't be there. And again, it's right next to a park, so that's actually quite good. There was a library all the way down here at the bottom. We're not going to go back for it. And there's another library by a dangerous place. Hopefully I want to avoid that. So not in our ideal locations. We could also see where the clothing stores are. Not because I want to go for them, but mainly because I want to avoid them. Now, we got a chance of finding the hiking backpack. And we also know there's a tactical backpack out there as well, which is one of the better backpacks. The tactical one has a better reduction rate, but you can hold less items in there. So overall, them both about on par with each other. I think, if anything, the tactical might just have a slight advantage, but it's not by much. So what else are you going to be doing? You can't do anything because you've used up all your AP. So Sandy has used the AP as well. Okay, let's go back to Barry first, because Barry's the easiest one to deal with. Get the clothing store. And we already knew where one clothing store is, so that... Oh no, there's still more. Okay, we've got a good amount on there. We'll have a quick look. Clothing store in the centre there. One up by the grocery store here. That's the route we're going. Clothing store down the bottom here. Okay, so not too bad. And then Sandy, what are you going to be doing on this turn? I think I want to get you to craft up that bait. Not because we're going to use it, just because I want to get the weight reduction. What else have we got? We've got a squirrel down here, which is rotten in 21 hours, so we can cut that up in the morning, and maybe we'll find a way of doing a fire. We do have the rotten meat up there. We could just craft that up into bait. It won't take long to do that. So now we've got up to 14 bait. Spears. We want to make some spears, but you've got no planks. How are you doing for spears? You've got an 80 and a 20. That's fine. Only 2 planks left, so that's fine. Sandy, let's get that crafted up. Now, we do have the knife spear, don't we? We've got the long knife spear. You would need 4 planks for that. Or 2 wooden spears. So if we want to keep some wooden spears at, say, 5 to 10%, we could then upgrade them into a long knife spear with the knife we've got up here. But we've only got that 1 knife, and we need that for butchering. We need that to craft spears. So unless we get a second knife, I wouldn't be going down that route. We do have enough to do the stone axe now. That's a good way of getting planks. But more importantly, it's a good way of breaking refrigerators down for steel. So I think I want to set that recipe up. Let me just double check. Did that use up my planks? Yes, it did. It used up my planks. So the spare plank we've got, we'll just transfer back across. Just try and keep the AP about even on both characters. I think we can deal with the food in the morning. Don't desperately need to do it tonight. Okay, so 6 AP. Let's try and get that stone axe done. So where was the refrigerator? It was down here. And the kitchen counter, I think, is metal as well. So we might pop down there with Sandy in the morning and break these 2 down. But we will be leaving the tile in the morning. I still think we might go to that tile. So who's got the maps? Sandy's got the map. I am more than happy for Barry to have that now. Just because we've got a lot of crafting books to learn. Okay, Sandy, you've got 1 AP. We'll start putting it back into the repair kit because you might be able to make a repair kit tonight. I did forget we've got that. So let's take the stuff for the repair. Actually, what is the repair? Oh, we won't know the recipe until you've done the book. So we'll do that next turn. Want to sleep probably around 11 o'clock because we've not got the best sleep bonuses on these characters. And both of them have used the AP. Okay, so Sandy, let's go and finish that book. And I'm thinking the flashlight is not going to be the best one, but I'm going to just learn it. Because we haven't actually got a workable torch at the moment. So let's have a look at them 2 recipes. So the repair kit is the one I want to do first. We would need 6 scrap plastic or 3 metal. Now, we could get the metal in the morning. We just said about breaking down the fridges for that. And I'm pretty certain we've got 1 piece of metal, have we? No, I think I traded it away. But we'll still give Sandy the other stuff. We've got 2 plastic. We could break down 4 bottles. But when we get to a park, we need water bottles. We could break down that for steel. We could break down the umbrella for steel. Let's have a look on Barry and see what options we've got. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, your scrap metal. Your scrap metal. What else do I have? Scrap metal there. Let me just double check that recipe again. Which I'll have to go on Sandy because Sandy's the one that's learnt it. If it's 3 metal, I think we can do it tonight. Yeah, I'd rather go the metal route. Okay. Could have used that for 1 attack, but yeah, I think this is the better option. So let's go into the crafting menu. Break down the fire extinguisher. Break down the umbrella. I really don't want to break down that. I would have liked to break down one of these, but now scrap plastic. We've got nothing else with metal, unfortunately. Well, we haven't got a pistol, so let's just break it down. Okay, Barry, you've got some books still to read. So we've learnt all the clothes store, so that can get binned now as well. And then I'm happy for you to go back to the thick book. And I think I'm going to send you onto a sleep cycle now. Just a normal sleep until your energy's back. Sandy's got the drunken state, but that's fine. We're not fighting. Now, you should be able to make the repair kit. And the repair kit currently weighs 0.7. Might weigh a little more when we've crafted it. So, can you repair those items? Just want to see what I'm getting on this kit. So, 52% condition. So, I don't want to waste it yet until one of these. That is the best weapon at 2.3. So, yeah, we'll use the steel pipe another one turn, and then we can use a repair kit on it to boost it up. We could do it on spears, but they're so easy for us to make. And I can do it on, like, the knife if it ever runs too low a condition. But no, I think I've done as much as I can. And I think I'm going to send both of them to sleep now. Got some good crafting in then. Weight-wise, 1.1 we're down to because we've got rid of all them gear off us. And we've got another book we want to read in the morning with the shovel. If we wake up early enough. But let's just pass it over. Okay, Barry's the first one to get up. And Sandy has got the hydration issues, same as Barry now. So we do need to get that water sorted pretty pronto. But like I said, with only 5 water, I don't think it's worth taking the disease. We can just eat the carrot. That will give us a little bit of hydration. And that potato will give us the little bit of morale and cap out our satiety. So we're good for 30 hours now. So we're good until the end of tomorrow night with food. And what are you going to be doing, Barry? Because it's only 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm happy for you to just push it into the thick book. Try and get that book finished so we can use it for a trading item. Let's pass the turn. Sandy's still sleeping. Now Sandy is up. Let's deal with Barry first. We've got 2 hours for the morning, so this turn I'm happy for you to spend all your AP on the book. And now your dexterity's gone up to 2. Crafting speed is 3 now. And your quality's gone up, but that's now an eye trading item we've got. If we can find another fortified house. So I'm happy with you just stopping as you are this turn. Sandy. We'll get some citation in you. Just give Barry the potato, that's fine. So 1.2 and 1.1. I'm happy with that. We're doing the best we can. Got a good spear there. We've got a screwdriver over here. And we've got a good amount of weapons over that side to use as well. I'm thinking we'll just keep the lumber on this side. Just so we're even with weapons, just in case we split up. So unfortunately, we can't do anything about the hydration. It is what it is. There's nothing I got. And we might as well just get you to spend your AP, try and learn this recipe for the shovel. Which I'm pretty confident is going to be 10 scrap still. So let's just have a quick look. And shovel's very good in case we come across a blockage tile. So yeah, 10 scrap metal and a couple of planks of wood, which are very easy to get hold of. So yeah, we do want to send Sandy down this way in the morning. We'll wait until the next turn before we start moving people around. Same as usual, 1 hour till morning. We want to be full AP on our characters. So Sandy, I want you to be down here. Because you're going to go into the kitchen and break these down. Let's remind ourselves which way we're leaving. We could just make a run up to the restaurant. We don't know what this place is. We could do a search. And see if it's worth our time going down there. Yeah, there's nothing in between. So this is just a lone place on its own. There's nothing else I can get. So it's an house. Again, houses. Good kitchens. Good way of food. I'm just thinking we can do about 3 tiles on a day. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. We don't want to be ending up on a railway. Well, we don't need to search this. It's already been searched. We just run through that tile. But it's still going to take a couple of turns, a couple hours to get through. I just don't want to end up on the railway tile overnight. We have done a run where I've showed you how to control a railway tile. And you can use it by not sleeping at the night and allowing your AP to feed into your energy to keep you awake. We showed that on one of the runs, one of our failed runs at the No Zombie Challenge kill. We could separate the characters again. It's a shame because this one's got a car, but we've just got no way of repairing the car. No, okay. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go out the house. So that means, Barry, I want you at this door here. Because this is all open, I don't want you to go for the door until next turn. You're going to be on 24.8, so you're not going to overcap, so that's fine. I don't need to waste any AP. And you're going to be on 27 and a little bit of extra. So I want you, looking at the squirrel, 13 hours on the squirrel. I'll put 7 in the book. That's 70 pages. And we can read that book multiple times. So yeah, pass the turn. And let's make a move when it's light on the next turn. So we'll do it with Barry first, just to see what nonsense he's dealing with. Might as well take that off the cover. And we want to get to there. Okay, before you leave the tile, just to make sure we're going to be safe here. I'm going to break down the kitchen counter. What do we get? I think it's on the floor, isn't it, if I remember right? It was just wood. Let's take 1 plank on us, just in case we have to repair something. I know the refrigerator is definitely metal. Apparently we didn't search it either. But we don't need to search it if we're going to break it down, because it's going to put all the goods on the floor. How did I miss that one? Just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, actually, there was a steel pipe there. We did get a pipe. Okay, we're going to pick that up. I didn't pay attention, so we have got clean water. Oh, that's fantastic. We've got some wires. We've got some electronic parts. We've got the steel. Got a rotten shrimp. We're not going to pick it up. It's not that good. But what we're going to do... give 10 water to each of the characters. So we'll save that and pass it over. Steel sheet. So if we go into our crafting menu now, we can break down the steel into 3 scrap. So it weighs 4 currently. I break it down into 3 pieces of steel and it weighs 0.3. Now Sandy's got 9.9. You've got to go and pick up that metal pipe. I didn't pay attention to it. That's a very good weapon. And I'm going to put you right up there. And we're going to keep 1 pipe on each character. That's a good weapon for both people. And what do we want to exchange over? There was something water, wasn't it? And we might as well give you the crafting ingredients we're not using at the moment. But yeah, we're going to have to do that more often with the steel if we find refrigerators, break them down. And then we can start building things like the shovels. Shovel is actually a very good weapon in the game as well. And you can just drink up all that water. Now I've got 6 empty bottles. So we're in a much better position when we get to a park. Sandy, you've got nothing. Again, lovely, nice, quiet tile this. And it also had the crops on as well. That's why you do want to check houses. Barry can go through ahead. Very nice find. Dead rabbit. Rotten in a couple of days. So we've got some good pieces of meat we can make into a meal. We still have a couple of potatoes we can chuck in that meal as well. No, I'm not going to do anything else until the next turn. Just in case I got in front of a window and spotted somebody with a big movement. Okay, it is raining. But we do want to get into that house as quick as possible. Sandy, get into the house. You've just got enough AP. And then we'll take that refrigerator down so we don't need to search that refrigerator. Barry, we'll get you into the house as well so you don't get too wet because it is making you cold. And we're doing pretty good on satiety for this day as well. So more food would be great. I won't turn it down. We need to get... Oh, no, nice stone down there. We need to get in front of the curve of the hunger and the thirst issues we've got. Plastic bottle with dirty water. We're going to pick it up. We might be able to cook it. Pasta. Needle. That's better than the wooden needles we've got at the moment for repairing clothes. So Barry can't do anything else and Sandy can't. Let's pass the turn. As of yet, we've spotted no zombies on the tile. There is a wooden stick at the top, but I'm not going to go out my way to do it. And Sandy, we want you to use the axe and break the refrigerator down. Then we want to look on the floor. Rotten milk we're not going to take, but the banana's satiety, so we'll take that. Take the wires, because there is some recipes where you can use wires instead of steel. Only weighs 0.2, so it would only give us one fish bait, so it's not worth messing around with. Because it's hydration, I am going to pick it up, just in case we're so desperate that we need some hydration. Same again before I'm even going to move. I want to be breaking down that steel sheet because it weighs too much. We're up to 1.3. Break it down. We've got another 3 steel. So we've now got 6 pieces of steel, which is very nice. We're nearly there to make a shovel on the next night. We can make barbed wire out of the wire, and then the barbed wire we can actually mix with the bat to make a barbed wire bat. But we would need 2 barbed wire, which would be 4 pieces of wire. We've got 2 there. And we've got 2 there. So the bat we've got here, we can use it until we get down to 10%, and then we can make it into a better version of that bat, which is actually quite good. So we will go down that route. And we've got a couple of bits of food to cut down as well. Okay, Barry, you've got quite a bit. And Sandy, you've not got too much. I think I'm going to put Sandy just over here just to get a little bit of visibility. Actually, we're going for the door. And then we'll send Barry up here to go and loot this. Another bag or 2 is good because then we can get bags on everybody. How is your weight looking? So you currently have everything bagged and you've got some unbagged stuff as well. So I'm going to give you... We are going to be fixing your thing in a minute. So we'll give you a sling bag and then we'll give the tote bag back over. So currently you have got everything bagged. The one unbagged I think is just the weight of the bags. So that's going to help you with your weight until we can get your class ability up again. Okay, so Barry, where you're going to be going, you could go all the way up to the top. Leave this one for Sandy. We need to go and get that water. And then where we're leaving from here, we've got to leave out the grocery store to the north, but we want to just search this area. So yeah, Sandy could go for this way on the next turn, go around the bottom, collect this, and then go and meet Barry up to the top, and Barry can start making his way onto the next map. How are we doing for wood? I think we used most of it, didn't we? We got 1 on every character, so that's fine. And now we've got a way we can easily get it. So we'll put you by the door next turn. You're going to go out that way. And Sandy's used the AP. So let's pass it. Let's search this. This is the last one to search on this tile. An hand crank generator. Now, someone did tell me in the comments, I can't remember who it was, that the hand crank generator can be used to charge up things like that. Now, I've never used these. Because it's broken as well, isn't it? But we can actually fix that torch, saying that. 60% charge, it's got in... It can be used 12 times. Because I could use a screwdriver. It would take about 15 AP to fix, but then we've got a way of fighting at night. But yeah, we will keep that hand crank generator on us. Because someone did say they are extremely useful. I'm not hearing a zombie. I'm just going to come in and get some visibility. And I can't hear anybody around. So you can move on the next turn. But I should have kept you... Actually, put you back inside so you don't get wet this turn. 2.2 it took you to get through. That was a lot of AP for one move tile. Oh, it's because of the window. I think it costs you extra AP to get through the window or something. Okay, Barry, you have got a lot... You can get to the zone point for 3.6. You can zone Let's go to the zone point, see if there's anybody around. Now, we did break down the umbrella. We have already been to the grocery store. I think that was the one with a lot of nonsense on there where we had to sort of run away from. So we'll leave you up there. And we'll leave you there. Hopefully that water's like a full bottle. And then it'll make it worthwhile coming this route. Unfortunately, only 6. Now, one thing I did want in the game, which hasn't come in. Let us put the milk into a bottle. So, like, if you've got the emergency waters, which is 20 water, allow us to put it into a bottle and use it whenever we want and not just use it all at once. Just seems a bit of a waste. And let's go as far as we can, which is there. Just try and keep in the building as much as we can. I'm more confident with Barry getting through with a lot of AP now. Okay, this wasn't too bad, this tile wasn't. Where are we leaving from? We are going from here up to the railroad, which is this one here. There is some wire there, and we've just seen how useful that can be. There is a big guy there, so I don't want to move any further until I'm ready to go and run for the finish. Now, it is saying 12.5, but that'll be running all the way around. So I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it would cost me about 5 AP to get there, but would have to stop there to uncover these squares to get through. So I'd need about 17. So next turn, I'm pretty confident I can get through. Let's try and get Sandy. 4.7. You can't get through this turn. We move there, and then next turn you'll be close to being full. So that's fine. We do have a banana for a bit of satiety, so let's just eat that, and let's just eat the potato. Perks up your morale. So you can't do anything else this turn. Barry can. Do the same thing again. We've got a potato there. Let's try and get it up to as max as possible. We've still got the pasta, but I'm keeping that because you can make some good meals with it. And then we'll put all the dirty water on one character. Okay, so if we move up to that tile there, then we want to go to the railroad up there. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay, luckily it's only a zombie runner. This guy can't get to me, so that ain't too bad. When I saw it and thinking, oh, it's going to be something like a tough zombie or a fat zombie, then we're in trouble. There's a chance of taking him out on the next attack. I just want this bat not to die on me. Still got a couple of more hits in it. I'm going to stop where I am, because if I go there and this guy comes up behind me and somebody else comes this side, then I could be trapped. But we are about to leave off the tile, so no, I'm happy with that. We'll take the bow now. We're doing with cloth. We'll just take it for the moment. We will stop soon with collecting cloth. And you can zone on the next turn. Switch back to Sandy. We're making fairly good progress. So we want you to go through. Probably going to take another couple of turns before you can zone. So for you to get from here to say, it's going to be the tile after 6.8. So it's about 7.2 for you to get there. So you would need to be 20 to zone. This zombie here is going to be the problem. But we'll keep Sandy where they are at the moment. Barry, you can zone onto the tile. Start clearing the railroad. And you've got another level up. Now, I did talk about getting the super strength. It would be really good. It would really help with your weight capacity. But fast learner is a no-brainer. Being able to level up a lot faster. Now, we do have some scrap plastic there. What would be good to just pop our head up and grab. And what way are we leaving off here? Because we need to make sure we're going to the restaurant. Now, you can tell with the railroad where the railroads are, because if it's got an arrow and you can see the track going that way, then it's going to continue onto a railroad. Where you can see here, there's no track under it. That means it's going to a tile that's not a railway tile. Let's just move up a little bit, Barry. Let's get some visibility. Now, we do have another rat trap there. We did actually use that to good effect earlier. I might go and collect that on the route out. Now, for us to climb the fence, it's going to be about 10 AP. We'll stop where we are. We're out of his vision range. And then Sandy's going to take a couple of turns to get up there. Now, there is a big chance of us taking extra sprains getting through railway tiles. But I think that's a good place to call it. We're starting to make some good progress. We've got our satiety under control for the next day. Our hydration's not going to be under control. We are about to hit a restaurant tile as the next tile. And then I want to go to the library and then make a route from the library to the grocery store. So we just got to hope we can get some food, water and some cooking implements. And then we can cook up that dirty water we've got. Maybe survive another half a day for both our characters on water without taking a massive amount of damage. But that's in the next episode. Thank you very much everybody for watching. And I'll see you all soon.